This is how firms reduce the time spent preparing and organizing documents by automating intake, indexing, storage, and case integration. As plaintiff-side firms grow, litigation readiness becomes less about legal strategy and more about how quickly information can move. Firms that stay trial-ready create structure upstream, long before they enter the courtroom. Discovery slows down when documents arrive digital, but unstructured. When documents are structured early, preparation becomes predictable, and trial timelines tighten instead of slipping. Litigation support teams spend more time managing documents than preparing cases.
Manual preparation adds quiet delays long before cases reach trial.
New hires step in to help, but quickly inherit the same manual, unstructured workload.
Over time, repetitive manual work leads to burnout and increased turnover.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Maybe there's a better way. As fast-moving law firms grow, document volume explodes. Case management systems struggle to ingest files at scale. Forcing firms to improvise with storage tools like SharePoint quickly becomes disorder. Where you store documents determines how fast your firm can work. What litigation teams are dealing with today: manual preparation of large case files and discovery records, repetitive digital systems, time-consuming manual PDF splitting, organizing, and indexing. In this example, we're using AWS as a storage system, but this applies to any folder-based environment, including SharePoint, Google Drive, OneDrive, or local servers.
AWS isn't the root cause of inefficiency in legal systems. The real issue is inconsistent file structures and human labeling. Starting on the AWS homepage, the search for a case provides no results. The user then manually navigates to the correct case structure. Once there, a new search finally finds the relevant documents.
But what if the attorney is not familiar with the system? He then has to search through different folders until he finally finds what he's looking for.
Using AWS means relying on how someone else set up the file structure. Different naming, different folders, and no consistency.
When using a large storage system like AWS with many storage options, an admin usually decides what is essential and what gets pushed to overflow, which can be problematic. The admin decides where to store the document and places the Gonzalez pleading into a non-essential AWS folder.
Where is the pleading for Gonzalez? I need that now.
I don't see it. Let me check the folders.
This is unacceptable. It must be here. It's not where the system stores the document, it's who decides where it goes.
I see. Let me check.
Now let's take a look at how your team will continue to work as they do now, but how DocuWare will accelerate the workflow. Your team keeps working exactly as they do today. When they need a document, they click the DocuWare button. Everything is instantly available. Here's an example of how documents are searched in DocuWare. We used a personal injury setup for demonstration, but the concept applies the same way across different types of legal work.
First, select Search, then choose the type of search you want from the drop-down.
Depending on what you select, a search form opens below. Fill in the fields tied to that search. In this case, we're searching by name. Then run the search. Now you're looking at everything tied to that case. All documents are here in one place. Click Medical Records. Now you're only looking at medical files. And if you need something specific, just search for it and go right to it.
If you're preparing a case, you don't go digging through reports. You go straight to what matters. And when it comes to billing, you can go straight to the exact charge you're looking for.
I'm in the case, reviewing notes, and I need to see everything tied to this matter. Instead of searching folders or email, I just highlight the case name, click once, and instantly a separate DocuWare window opens with every related document right here. I'm reviewing the case notes and see a reference to the contractor agreement. Instead of searching for it, I just highlight it, click, and the document instantly opens in a separate window. I'm looking through my cases and need the documents for this one. I just highlight it, click, and instantly a new window opens with everything tied to that case. I'm already working inside the Lewinsky case. Over here, I can see my different folders, like police records. Instead of going to search for anything, I just highlight it, click, and instantly a new window opens with all the police records tied specifically to this case. DocuWare automatically monitors a law firm's inbox, captures qualifying legal documents based on defined rules, stores them in the correct matter folder, and routes them to the right team members for review or approval.
The copier just received the incoming fax. It's automatically forwarded as a PDF to Outlook. The system ingests it, performs OCR, and indexes the data. Then it routes the document to the team.
Legal documents arrive and are organized for processing. They are placed into the scanner for batch capture. The document is processed instantly. OCR runs automatically, extracting key data. Fields populate without manual entry, fast, accurate, and enterprise grade.
The system reads the document, pulls the key information, and places it directly into the correct fields. Once that's done, everything becomes instantly searchable.
From the portal, select and download your bundled PDFs. Drag them into the DocuWare hot folder to begin processing. The system automatically splits OCRs. Files are routed securely to your team for approval.
1 down, 117 more to go. This is taking forever.
You'll see a short example using personal injury documents, but the workflow is the same for handling discovery and document sets in business litigation. Firms like yours deal with this every day.
Before we begin, here's how this works. Simple rules identify where each document starts. The system scans for key data and groups pages, then classifies each file. If anything is unclear, it's flagged, not misfiled. The system looks for consistent data points to identify each record. When key fields repeat together, a new document starts. Nothing is guessed, it's based on structure. These fields repeat across claim documents. They add the same claim number and insured match, pages stay together. When that changes, a new file begins. That's how separation stays accurate. These documents come from different sources: hospitals, insurance carriers, police, and email systems. But they all contain identifying data the system can recognize. That's what allows them to be processed automatically. Not every document contains all required fields. If the claim number is missing, the system cannot match it to a file. Instead, it flags the document for review. This ensures every page is filed correctly. When documents come in, they're usually scanned together as one large PDF. You can see all the pages here. Different documents, all inside one file. The system automatically analyzes the file, detects where each document begins and ends, and separates everything for you. The system uses predefined rules to understand each document, looking at keywords, layout, and structure. That's how it knows what each document is and where it belongs, and anything that doesn't match is flagged for review.
If a document doesn't clearly match the rules, it's set aside for review, so nothing gets misclassified. Open the document, go to the stapler tool, and choose where the new file should begin.
Confirm the selection and staple it. Now those pages are all one file and will be indexed correctly.
Everything's already structured. I don't have to figure anything out. Now that's automation.
If you want to take it a step further, you can add AI. This looks beyond simple rules and finds connections across documents, names, dates, and patterns to group documents more intelligently. Even with AI, if something isn't clear, it's still flagged for review. Most firms run perfectly well without it and add it later as they grow. With DocuWare, most document handling is rules-based and structured. AI is only used where it adds real value, roughly 20% of the time, keeping intelligence powerful while costs stay predictable.
DocuWare is splitting these PDFs so fast, what a game changer. Now I can prep discovery instead of fighting with PDFs all day.
DocuWare processes hundreds of documents automatically. When exceptions appear, they're flagged and routed for review, while the rest of the work continues without interruption. These days, everyone is talking about adding AI. However, AI isn't magic. There are things you need to know. I use AI every day. It helps me write briefs, but when I ask it to find specific information, this is all it can give me. It's just the same vague answers over and over. AI can assist with legal work, but when files are scattered, incomplete, or poorly structured, the answers become inconsistent at best.
Locate the executed bodily injury settlement agreement for the Orlando rear-end collision involving Smith v. Allied Casualty, including any lien resolutions or amendments.
I found multiple files that partially match your request, including correspondence, drafts, and medical records. Due to inconsistent naming and missing metadata, I can't confidently identify the final executed settlement agreement. Would you like me to display all 30 related documents?
That's strange. Let me check this again.
When documents are structured with DocuWare, you don't need AI to search for them. You use AI to produce work.
Many AI platforms weren't designed as document systems. That means every time a document is touched, searched, opened, or analyzed, AI has to be invoked. Because AI is required for every interaction, usage and costs scale with activity. The more people work, the more often AI is triggered, and the more it costs. Climb in. We're going to email some files in Outlook. An important client email arrives in Outlook. With one click, choose to file it in DocuWare. Search and select the matter. Details are pre-filled. Confirmation appears instantly. In Outlook, use the integrated DocuWare panel to search for a client matter. Results appear instantly. Select the needed PDFs. Click Email to compose a new message with attachments. The email is sent securely. Chain of custody and verified audit trail. Got to love this new system. DocuWare monitors documents as soon as they arrive.
If SLA is missed, it gets reassigned to prevent it from stalling.
Legal documents pile up, slowing your work. DocuWare turns this chaos into automated workflows. Index, route, and control your files instantly. I was resistant at first. My son got me to try DocuWare. I'm glad we did. It was a game changer for us. TGI thinking great ideas since 1964.